Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm Instructor Dwayne Jenkins. In today's video lesson, we're going to be doing our final conclusion of this book right here, Rock Guitar 101. A step-by-step method on getting started playing rock guitar. So if that's something that you're interested in checking out, now of course you probably already know how to play guitar a little bit. So this is just for somebody who's just getting started. So maybe you know somebody who's just getting started, and this might be a good book for them. So if you want to take a look at the final conclusion, take a few minutes and we'll check it out. Alright, so here we are at our final conclusion of this book here. It's a book I wrote called Rock Guitar 101. I wrote it for beginners, so if you know somebody who's just getting started, maybe they're just getting started learning how to play guitar, maybe that might be getting interested in playing guitar, this would be a good book for them, okay? And I wrote it, and it's real simple. I just wrote it, in 7 lessons, so it's not too much stuff. There's not too much information there, just enough to get them started. And if you've been watching my videos, I went through each one of these lessons and showed you a little bit of example of what you would learn if you were to go through this book, if you were just getting started. And like I said, I got diagrams in here and pictures and all kinds of good stuff in here. And at the end, after we go through lesson 7, I kind of give you a little preview kind of like a conclusion of what you should know after these 7 lessons. So after these 7 lessons, we'll just take a look at it here. I say after these 7 lessons, you should have a great understanding of the tools of the trade, what kind of tools you need, because when you play rock guitar, you need certain tools, okay? A certain type of guitar, certain type of amp, maybe certain type of pedals, things like that, because if you don't have the right ones, you're just not going to get the right sound, and rock guitar is based on that tone, okay? So that's very, very important, just like anything else. If you're going to go fly fishing, you need the right type of fishing pole, not just any fishing pole will do for fly fishing, you need the right one. Same thing with rock guitar, need the right type of tools, okay? This book is going to show you that, okay? Number 2, you know how to tune your guitar. Very important, because if the guitar is not in tune, it doesn't matter what you play on it, it's not going to sound good. So you got to know how to tune your guitar. And I put in the book how to do that, tell you what kind of tuner to get and things like that, okay? Number 3, you can form and move chords around the fretboard. That's the essence of playing rock guitars and power chords, moving them up and down the fretboard. Very, very important. This book shows you how to do that. Okay, number 4, you know how to create and establish rhythm. That's very important as well, because rhythm is the essence of playing guitar. You can still play lead guitar too, but guitar is like a company instrument. It accompanies like vocalists and stuff like that. So you got to know rhythm. It's very, very important. Even if you want to play lead guitar, you still got to know rhythm. In fact, if you want to be a really good lead guitar player, you must have a firm understanding of rhythm guitar, because lead guitar is kind of like the icing on the cake. So if you just play lead guitar and you don't have a good understanding of rhythm, it's just not gonna work for you. So if you're in the lead guitar area, you need some work on your rhythm, make sure you work on that. Take some time with that. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference, okay? This will show you a little bit about how to establish rhythm if you're just starting out, beginner, okay? Number 5, you should be able to understand and read basic guitar sheet music like tablature. A lot of guys, they play by ear, and that's fine, but I still think it's a good idea to know how to read the written word at least a little bit. Sheet music, you don't have to read the standard notation with the symbols and the rest and all that. I mean, if you want to take it to that extent, you can, and that's going to be good for you as well, but you should at least be able to read some tablature. You should be able to understand the written word, at least the basic fundamentals of it, If you don't know that, I would highly recommend working on that, okay? That's just going to help improve your guitar playing. I guarantee it is, okay? And then number 6, you have insight to lead guitar playing. So in chapter 6 here, we talk about insights to lead guitar playing. Knowing the pentatonic scale, that's the one that all of them use. All the great masters of playing guitar use that one. Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, Angus Young. We're talking pentatonic wizards, these guys, Steve Ray Vaughan. Any of these guys you see behind here, they all use it, okay? All of them do. So you got to know that scale. If you're ever going to play any type of melody, solos or anything, start with that. I'm telling you, this book will show you about that, okay? Number 7, which is a fun part that I like, I show you how to play some really great classic rock riffs. And that's the whole thing of playing guitars, playing songs, You can study theory, and theory's good. I've taken some theory myself. I took a couple years of it. But ultimately, I think it comes down to playing songs, playing your favorite songs. That's what it was always for me, was to play those songs that I heard on the radio, or, I wanted to play those, and I learned how to play them, and now I can, and that's where the fun comes in, if you ask me, okay? And this book is going to show you those things right there, and if you learn those things when you're just starting out playing guitar, I wish I had had something like this when I first started out. It's going to give you, you know, a head start above a lot of people, I guarantee it, because you're going to have the fundamental principles right there, step by step by step, okay? Now, addition to those 7 lessons, I also throw in a few other things in here as well. Like, let's see here. So, I also give a rock star training quiz, okay? You gotta have one of those, you know, where I talk about some questions in each one of the lessons, and it's good to have that because it lets you, you know, decide what to really determine whether you understand the information well, okay? So if you ever get the book or you get it for somebody, make sure to check that out because it's very important. You should quiz yourself anyway. Really make sure you know your stuff. You know, whatever it is you're working on, make sure you know it. You know, it's very important because there might be some things that you don't know or you forgot, you know, and then you could start there and you fill in those gaps, and that's what makes you better, what takes you to the next level, okay? So I give you that, and then after that, I give you a few bonus lessons, like for instance, practice routine. I can't tell you how important it is to have a good, solid practice routine. I come across a lot of guitar players who are, you know, trying to get better, and one of the things that they don't have is they don't have a good, solid practice routine. Very important to have that, okay? You got to have a good, solid practice routine. That's going to make you excel, you know, big time, all right? So if you're bouncing around from here to there, watching videos like this and that, and you know, don't feel you're really getting anywhere, it's because you don't have a practice routine. So develop yourself a practice routine, okay? Very, very important. If you go to my website and you sign up to my email guitar club, you'll receive one of those practice routines in your email that'll help you get going in that area if you need help. If you do, go to my website, DwaynesGuitarLessons.com, and check that out. I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. Get you a good, solid practice routine, okay? So I talk about that here in the book. I give you some tips on staying motivated, you know, because sometimes it's hard to stay motivated. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to do, so you always sometimes need help with that, okay? I always give you that. Reading guitar tabs, a little bit more in-depth into reading guitar tabs. That's the sheet music, and I would read that anyway because it's real popular with the internet nowadays, you know, real popular. So learn how to do that, and how to develop good practice habits. That's important too, you know, because we're all about our habits. Everything we do, when we get up, when we eat, when we go to work, when we do this, when we do that, you know. So in order to be successful, we have to develop successful practice habits. Very important, okay? So I give you some tips on that as well. And there's a few other things in here too that I mentioned. I give you some links to some of the videos that I made and things like that. And just basically a final conclusion. So if you know anybody who's looking to get started playing guitar, you know, maybe you have a son or a daughter or a nephew, a niece, or a friend or something, or maybe they got a guitar and they just need a little motivation to get started, get going, you know, get them this book. This is a great book, I'm telling you. It's real simple, easy to understand. It's, you know, it's not real thick. It's not one of those thick books that are going to take you forever to get through. You can get through this book pretty quick, pretty easy. And like I said, I got the pictures in there. It's full color, shows you all kinds of great things, how to hold your pick. Get that. And it's a really good starter book. I wish I had something like this when I first got started. And that's why I wrote it. Okay, and I wrote it specific like that so to help a beginner get started very quickly, very easily, and playing pretty quickly. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out for my next series. We're going to be talking about this book right here, my other book I wrote, Lead Guitar Wizardry Volume 1. Shows you the fundamental principles about playing lead guitar, and if that's something you're interested in, watch for that. And I wanted to also tell you that I have a new ebook that I wrote. It's a free training guide. You can get it. I'll leave a link below. It's 25 expert tips on how to help you improve your lead guitar playing. So if you're interested in lead guitar playing, you need some help in that area, be sure to click on the link below and grab my free training guide, okay? It'll give you some tips on how to, actually 25 tips, expert tips on how to get better playing your lead guitar playing. And then we're gonna, in the future, we'll be checking out some stuff out of this book here too, okay? So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the button for future notifications. If you have any topics that you want to learn about or see me make some videos of, or you have any questions or anything that you're learning, be sure to leave a comment below, okay? And be sure to visit my website at DwaynesGuitarLessons.com and for more great training tips, and sign up to my email guitar club because you'll get a lot of good stuff there as well. And keep watching, keep practicing every day, because that's the only way you get better, you know? Got to practice, put in the string time as they call it. So my teacher used to say, you got to put in the string time. So until we have our next lesson, you take care.